Welcome to my channel. Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, what are they doing that I'm not? Is it because they're smarter? Or richer? Or maybe just lucky? You see them growing, getting new opportunities, speaking well, staying confident, and moving forward. And you wonder, why does it seem so easy for them and so hard for me? But here's the truth. It's usually not about being a genius. It's not about speaking perfect English. It's not about having more money or better friends. It's about what they do every single day. Their habits. The small things they repeat. Again and again. Most successful people don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They build small habits. And those habits build their future. In this video, I'll show you 7 daily habits of highly successful people, explained step by step, in simple English, so you can understand each one clearly and maybe start using them in your own life. These habits are not for rich people. They're not for CEOs only. They are for you. If you want to improve your life, your learning, and your future, these habits will help you focus better, learn faster, feel stronger, and grow your confidence. You can use them in school, in work, in your English practice, or just in your daily routine. And the best part? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. So, are you ready? Let's begin with habit number 1 and discover how small changes can create big success. Chapter 1. Wake up with purpose, the morning mindset habit. Let's start with the first habit, and it might surprise you. Many people say successful people wake up early. And yes, it's true, many of them do. But waking up early is not the real secret. The real habit is this: they wake up with purpose. They wake up with a reason, a plan, an intention. Now, let me ask you, what is the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you check your phone? Scroll social media? Stay in bed too long? Most people do. And that small choice changes the rest of your day. Successful people do something different. They don't just wake up, they take control of their morning. And it starts with just one simple sentence. Instead of checking messages or opening TikTok, they sit up, take a breath, and ask, what is one thing I will do today that matters? And then they answer it clearly, in one line. For example, today, I will speak English with confidence. Today, I will complete my project. Today, I will read for 20 minutes. This is called setting an intention. It means you give your brain a clear goal right at the start of the day. And when your brain has a goal, it starts working with you, not against you. Why does this work so well? Because your first 10 minutes in the morning are powerful. They are like a steering wheel. They decide the direction of your day. If you start with stress or random scrolling or confusion, your brain becomes reactive. That means your brain is always reacting to things, emails, problems, distractions. But if you start with clarity, your brain becomes proactive. You're leading the day, not chasing it. Think about the difference. I wake up and scroll equals I feel tired, distracted, behind. I wake up and plan equals I feel focused, calm, in control. And it only takes 2 minutes. You don't need to journal for an hour. You don't need a perfect plan. Just a one-sentence intention. And over time, this builds something powerful: discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. Every time you use it, it gets stronger. And every time you choose to take control of your morning, you grow that muscle. That's how successful people start their day, not by accident, but by decision. Let me give you a quick story. There's a woman named Maria. She works in an office and studies English at night. Before, she used to wake up late, skip breakfast, and feel stressed all day. Then, She tried something small each morning. She wrote one sentence. Today, I will learn one new English word. Or, today, I will not give up, even if I feel tired. That small habit changed her attitude, and that attitude changed her results. She started speaking more, learning more, smiling more. Not because she had more time, but because she had more focus. Now, I want to give you a small English tip here too. If you're learning English, this habit is a perfect way to practice your routine verbs. Use simple present tense because you're talking about daily habits. For example, I wake up at 6. I write my goal. I drink water. I go for a walk. I start my day. You can say these out loud each morning. You can write them down. This helps your speaking fluency and your confidence at the same time. So let's put it all together. Success doesn't begin at the office. Success doesn't begin in front of a computer. It begins in the morning with your mindset. When you wake up with purpose, you take control. You train your brain. You reduce stress. You build confidence. And you take one small step toward the life you want. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, try this. Before you grab your phone, sit up, take a deep breath, and say, today, I will underscore. You choose the goal. It doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be clear. Because successful people don't start their day with noise. They start with direction. Are you ready to try it tomorrow morning? Chapter 2. Move your body. The energy habit. Let's talk about something very basic. Something we all do. Something so simple that many people ignore it. But successful people do not ignore it. They use it every single day to improve their energy, their brain, and even their emotions. I'm talking about movement. Yes, movement. Walking, stretching, breathing deeply, moving your body, even for just 5 minutes. Because success doesn't only need focus, it needs energy. Think about this. Have you ever felt tired, lazy, or heavy, even after sleeping for 8 hours? Sometimes the problem isn't sleep. It's stagnation. That means your body has been still for too long. And when your body doesn't move, your brain slows down too. Successful people understand this. That's why many of them move their bodies every morning, before the emails, before the meetings, before the work. They go for a short walk. They do light stretches. They breathe deeply. Not for fitness, not for weight loss, but for energy, clarity, and focus. Even science supports this movement increases blood flow to the brain. It releases chemicals called endorphins. These are your body's happy chemicals. Just 5 to 10 minutes of movement can improve your mood, reduce anxiety, and make you feel more awake. It's like turning on a light inside your head. Let me give you a small example. There's a man named Haroon. He works long hours and studies part-time. He told me, in the morning, I feel sleepy and I don't want to study. So I gave him a challenge. Before studying, just take a 5-minute walk around your home, or stretch your arms and breathe deeply. He tried it, and after just 3 days, he said, now I feel awake. My mind is faster. I remember better. And this doesn't just help your body. It helps your language learning too. Yes, really. When you move your body, your brain becomes more active and more alert. This helps you speak faster, listen better, and remember words more clearly. So if you want to improve your English, don't just sit and stare at a book. Try this instead. Say your English sentences while walking. Stretch and say your vocabulary words out loud. Move your hands when practicing pronunciation. Your brain learns better when your body is involved. Now, let's talk about the English side for a moment. Here are some simple verbs you can use to describe your movement. I stretch. I walk. I jump. I breathe. I move. I sit up. I shake my hands. I relax my shoulders. These are all great daily routine verbs that help you build your vocabulary. You can even say these out loud every morning. It's good speaking practice. Here's a simple morning movement routine in English you can try. I wake up. I sit up. I breathe. I stretch my arms. I walk slowly. I smile. I feel ready. Repeat it every day, and you're building two habits at the same time, movement and English fluency. Now, some of you might say, but I don't have time to exercise. I understand. But remember, I'm not asking for 1 hour at the gym. I'm talking about just 5 minutes of movement. You can do it while brushing your teeth, while waiting for your tea, while listening to English audio, even while watching this video. It's about building a small moment of energy. That's the secret. Successful people don't always do big things. They do small, smart things consistently. Let me give you a real example. Oprah Winfrey, yes, the famous media leader, says she always starts her day with movement and stillness. She takes a walk, breathes deeply, and then begins her work. It's her way of clearing her mind and preparing her energy. Many CEOs and athletes do the same. And you can do it too. Right now, right where you are. Stand up. Stretch your arms. Take a deep breath. Roll your shoulders. Move your neck. Smile. Say this out loud. I move. I breathe. I feel strong. I am ready. That's it. One small action. One powerful habit. So now you know, movement is not just for fitness. It's for your brain. It's for your energy. It's for your focus. And yes, it's for your success. Tomorrow morning, after you wake up with purpose, habit 1, add this habit. Move your body, even for 3 minutes. Because when you move your body, you move your life. Now let's continue to habit 3, a habit that successful people never forget, even on their busiest days. It's the habit of learning something new every single day. Let's go. Chapter 3. Learn every day. The growth habit. Let's move to the third habit, and it's one of the most powerful ones. In fact, almost every successful person shares this one habit. They do it daily. No matter how busy they are, no matter where they are in the world, they learn every single day. Now, I'm not talking about going back to school. I'm not talking about long study hours or passing big exams. I'm talking about something simple, feeding your brain, growing your mind, staying curious. Because here's the truth. Successful people never stop learning. They are students of life, forever. They read. They listen. They ask questions. They reflect. Some read books. Some listen to podcasts. Some watch documentaries. But they all do one thing in common. They make learning a daily habit. And here's something very important for you to remember. You don't need to be smart to learn. You don't need a high IQ. You don't need perfect English. You just need to be curious. Curiosity is more powerful than intelligence. Because smart people who don't learn stop growing. But curious people who learn every day grow and grow. And here's the good news. Learning doesn't need to take hours. Even just 15 minutes of focused learning is enough to make progress. What does focused learning mean? It means no multitasking, no checking your phone, no switching between apps. It means you choose one thing and give it your full attention. Let me show you some examples of daily learning habits. Read one page from a book in English. Listen to one English podcast for 10 minutes. Watch one short English video with subtitles. Write one journal entry in English. Learn one new word. and use it in 3 sentences. That's it. Small actions, done daily. Over time, these small moments of learning become a habit. And habits are stronger than motivation. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to feel like it. You just do it, like brushing your teeth. Let me share a real story. There's a man named Faraz. He works at a restaurant during the day and studies English at night. He told me, "I feel like I'm not improving. I study sometimes, but I forget a lot." So I asked him one question. "Are you learning every day, even for 10 minutes? He said no. So we made a plan. Just 15 minutes a day. One podcast, one new word, one short writing. After 1 month, he said, I can feel the difference. I remember more. I speak faster. I feel proud. It wasn't magic. It was repetition. That's how your brain works. Your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it becomes weak. But if you train it, even a little, it becomes strong. And guess what? This is exactly how children learn. They don't study 5 hours a day. They learn by repeating things again and again in small pieces. The brain loves repetition. It's how we remember. So if you want to learn English, don't just study hard. Study consistently. Now, let's bring in some simple English practice. Here are some useful verbs for your daily routine. I read. I listen. I repeat. I write. I learn. I grow. You can use these in your own daily sentence. Try this one each day. Today, I will learn one new thing. Say it out loud. Believe it. Do it. Let's say you learn the word focus. Don't just read the meaning. Use it. I need to focus today. I focus on my English. Focus helps me grow. That's how real learning happens. Not just by reading, but by using, by feeling, by speaking, by writing. And remember, you don't have to understand everything. You just have to understand something every day. That's progress. That's growth. So when you hear people say, I don't have time to learn, just smile and say, do you have 10 minutes? Because that's all you need to begin. Successful people know this. They treat learning like eating, like breathing, like moving. It's not a one-time thing. It's a daily meal for the mind. And you can start right now. Pick one thing to learn today. One word, one sentence, one story. And tomorrow, do it again. Because when you learn daily, you grow daily. And when you grow daily, success isn't far. It's already coming closer. Now let's go to habit number 4. One that takes courage, not comfort. It's the habit of doing the hard thing first. Let's go. Chapter 4. Do the hard thing first. The courage habit. Now we've talked about waking up with purpose. We've talked about moving your body. We've talked about learning every day. All of these are powerful habits. But this next one is different. This habit is not about energy or knowledge. It's about courage. Let me ask you something. What's one thing you know you need to do, but you keep delaying it? Maybe it's a message you need to send. Maybe it's a phone call you're scared to make. Maybe it's speaking English in front of someone else. You think about it. You stress about it. You say, I'll do it later. But later becomes tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes never. This habit is simple but life-changing. Do the hard thing first. There's a famous saying, eat the frog. It sounds funny, but here's what it means. Imagine you had to eat a frog every day. Would you wait all day, thinking about it, worrying, feeling nervous? Or would you just eat the frog in the morning and move on? Successful people eat the frog early. They do the hard, uncomfortable, scary task first, before lunch, before their energy runs out. And guess what? This habit builds more than just productivity. It builds confidence. It builds emotional strength. It makes your brain say, if I can do this, I can do anything. Why does it work? Because when you do the hardest task first, everything else feels easier after that. It clears your mind. It gives you a win early in the day. And most importantly, it trains your courage. Let's say your hardest task is speaking English with someone. It feels scary. You don't want to make mistakes. But if you do it first, in the morning, before fear grows, you'll feel free the rest of the day. You'll feel proud, brave, strong. Let me share a quick story. There's a student named Amina. She wanted to improve her English, but she was afraid to speak. Every day, she thought, I'll speak later. But she never did. So I gave her one challenge. Each morning, send one English voice message to a friend before breakfast. At first, she was nervous. But after 3 days, she said, now, I feel less afraid. After 7 days, she said, I look forward to it. And after 30 days, she wasn't afraid at all. Why? Because she did the hard thing first. This habit is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. The uncomfortable task. The difficult step. The one thing that pushes you forward. So how do you start this habit? Here's a simple system. At the end of each day, write down one difficult task for tomorrow. Just one. Not 5. Not 10. Just one. Example. Call my teacher. Send that application. Record an English video. The next morning, do that one thing before noon. Before emails. Before social media. Before Netflix. Just 10 minutes of courage. After doing it, write this. I did it. This small sentence gives your brain a reward. It builds your confidence like a brick, one brick at a time. And here's something you'll love as an English learner. You can use this habit to improve your language courage too. Here are some simple sentences you can use for difficult tasks. I send the email. I call my teacher. I ask a question. I speak in English. I share my idea. I join the meeting. I finish my writing. Use them daily. Speak them out loud. Make them part of your story. Because when you say it and do it, it becomes real. Let's be honest. Most people wait. They wait for confidence. They wait for the right time. They wait until they feel ready. But successful people don't wait. They act. And guess what happens? Action creates courage, not the other way around. If you want to be brave, you don't wait for the feeling. You do the thing, and courage grows from action. So, starting tomorrow, ask yourself, what's one frog I can eat? What's one hard thing I will do before lunch? Write it. Do it. Celebrate it. Because when you face the hard thing early, the rest of your day and your life becomes lighter. And that's the power of the courage habit. Now, get ready for habit 5, one that happens at the end of your day. It's quiet, it's simple, and it's one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. Let's go. Chapter 5. Reflect before sleep. The awareness habit. We've talked about starting your day with purpose. We've talked about moving your body, learning something new, and doing the hard thing first. But what about the end of your day? Most people finish the day like this. They're tired. They turn off the lights. They go to bed. No thinking. No reflection. Just sleep. But successful people do something different. Before they sleep, they take just 5 minutes to look back. They reflect. They ask questions. And this small habit changes everything. Why is this so powerful? Because your brain doesn't stop working when you go to sleep. In fact, your brain is very active during sleep. It organizes thoughts. It stores memories. It processes emotions. And if you take a few minutes to reflect before bed, your brain understands what to keep, what to let go, and what to focus on next. This is called the awareness habit, and it starts with just 3 simple sentences. Every night, before sleep, write these. Today, I did well when. I learned. Tomorrow, I will. That's it. 3 lines. You can write in a notebook, on your phone, or even say them out loud. It may look small, but these sentences are powerful. Let's look at why. Today, I did well when. This builds confidence. You remind yourself that you tried, you did something good, you made progress. Even if your day was difficult, there is always something to feel proud of. Example. Today, I did well when I asked a question in English. Today, I did well when I listened without giving up. This helps your brain feel strong, not weak. I learned. This builds awareness. You think about what your mind picked up during the day. Maybe you learned a new English word. Maybe you learned something about yourself. Example. I learned that practice makes me better. I learned the meaning of focus. This helps your brain remember better and grow faster. Tomorrow, I will. This builds direction. You're not ending your day in confusion. You're giving your mind a job to do next. You sleep with purpose. You wake up with clarity. Example. Tomorrow, I will write in English again. Tomorrow, I will speak with confidence. This helps you feel ready and organized. And guess what? This habit is also a powerful tool for English learners. When you reflect in English, even in short, simple sentences, you are practicing your writing, your thinking, and your expression. You are learning how to describe your thoughts and emotions. You are becoming not just a better English speaker, but a better version of yourself. Here are some easy phrases you can use in your reflections. I felt happy when. I was nervous about. I finished. I started. I want to try. I'm proud of. Every night, you can choose 2 to 3 of these. Write 1 short line for each. In time, your English will become more natural, and your thinking will become more clear. Now, let me tell you a short story. There's a young man named Adil. He was learning English, but he often said, I forget everything I study. I asked him, do you reflect? He said no. He just closed the book and went to bed. So I gave him this reflection routine. 3 sentences each night. He started doing it for 1 week. After 7 days, he said, I remember more. I feel calmer, and I know what to do next. His confidence grew, not because he studied more, but because he became more aware of his progress. That's the power of reflection. It's not about being perfect. It's not about writing a long diary. It's just about being present and paying attention to your own journey. Think of it like this. Your day is like a story, and your reflection is the final sentence. Would you like your story to end with stress or with peace? So, tonight, before you sleep, try this. Take 1 deep breath. Write 3 short sentences. Today, I did well when. I learned. Tomorrow, I will. It takes less than 5 minutes, but it creates deep change in your memory, your confidence, your focus. And if you do this in English, you are learning a new language and learning yourself. This habit doesn't cost money. It doesn't need a teacher, but it builds something more powerful than both, self-trust. So remember, don't just sleep. Reflect, and let your mind grow while your body rests. Now let's move to the final habit, habit number 6, the one that holds all the others together. A habit that makes the difference between stopping and succeeding. Let's go. Chapter 6, Show Up, the consistency habit. We've reached the final habit. And maybe it's the most powerful one. Because without this habit, all the others slowly disappear. Without this habit, we start strong, but stop early. We feel excited, but lose momentum. And that habit is simple, but not easy. It's called showing up. What does it mean to show up? It means doing something, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when you're busy, even when nobody is watching. Successful people don't always feel motivated. They don't always feel full of energy. They don't always feel ready, but they still show up. Why? Because they understand something important. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. Feelings change, but decisions, habits, build your future. Let's say you want to learn English. You feel excited for 2 days. You study for 1 hour. Then one day, you feel tired and you skip it. The next day, you're busy and you skip it again. Soon, it's been a week, and your habit is gone. Now imagine this instead. You study for 10 minutes every day. No excuses. No skipping. Just 10 minutes. Even if you're tired. Even if you don't feel like it. Some days you do more. Some days you do less. But every day, you show up. Now here's the magic. Little by little becomes a lot. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing something consistently. That's how successful people grow. That's how you will grow too. Let me give you a real example. There's a woman named Fatima. She works full-time, has 2 kids, and studies English. She told me, I don't have time to study for hours. So we created a tiny plan. 5 minutes of listening in the morning. 5 minutes of writing at night. That's it. She promised to show up every day. After 30 days, her confidence improved. After 60 days, her writing was smoother. After 90 days, she started thinking in English. She didn't learn everything in one day. She just showed up every day, and that made all the difference. Now let me give you a small tool to help you stay consistent. It's called habit stacking. Here's how it works. Take a habit you already do, like drinking tea, brushing your teeth, or walking, and attach a small new habit to it. For example, while drinking tea equals I listen to an English podcast. After brushing my teeth equals I say 3 English sentences. During my morning walk equals I think about my goal for today. This makes new habits easier because they are connected to something you already do. And when a habit feels easy, you're more likely to repeat it. And repeating is the secret to success. Now, let's connect all 6 habits. Think about what we've learned. Wake up with purpose, set your direction. Move your body, create energy. Learn every day, grow your mind. Do the hard thing first, build courage. Reflect before sleep, build awareness. And now, show up, again and again and again. These habits are simple, but don't confuse simple with small. Small actions, done daily, create big change. Think of a plant. You don't give it 10 liters of water once a week. You give it a little water every day. That's how it grows. Your brain is the same. Your confidence is the same. Your English is the same. You don't need 3 hours a day. You just need a few minutes every day. That's how you get stronger, smarter, and more confident. So what's the real secret of success? It's not luck. It's not being perfect. It's not being rich or talented. It's this: successful people show up. Even when it's boring. Even when it's hard. Even when they fail. They show up. Again and again. So here's your challenge. Choose one small habit. Something that takes less than 10 minutes. And do it today. Then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. Keep a notebook. Mark a calendar. Say it out loud. I show up. Because when you show up daily, you build trust with yourself. You build a new identity. You become the kind of person who takes action, even when it's hard. And that, my friend, is the key to real growth. Call to action after Chapter 6. If this video helped you, give it a like. It really supports the channel and helps more learners like you find these lessons. And if you're ready to build your daily habits, starting today, comment below. I'm showing up. I'll read every comment, and I'll reply to cheer you on, because you're not doing this alone. And don't forget to subscribe for more real English lessons that don't just teach you words. They change how you think, how you grow, and how you live. Because remember, habits build success. And success starts small, with one step, one word, one decision. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up. Every day. See you in the next lesson. Keep going. I believe in you.